Welcome to our US Briefing Show. Today, we're diving into some really intense news. First up, Israeli strikes on Syria have left everyone stunned, especially after the fall of Bashar al-Assad. Syria's foreign minister says these strikes are shocking and make normalizing relations super difficult. Despite some talks about security agreements, tensions are still high, and regional stability is hanging in the balance. Next, let's talk about China's space industry. It's going full throttle. They're adopting a new manufacturing system inspired by car factories, which means rockets and satellites will be made faster, cheaper, and with better quality. This shift could really boost China's position in the global space race, even though the US is still leading in launches. And finally, Tropical Storm Imelda is on its way but staying far from land, which is good news for Florida and the Bahamas. It might strengthen a bit but is expected to stay offshore, bringing some rain and wind but avoiding a direct hit. Remember to keep an eye on updates and stay safe. Please stay tuned for more details and updates on these stories. From CNN, Syrian Foreign Minister Assad al-Shibani vividly describes the shockwave that Israeli airstrikes caused in Syria, leaving the nation stunned and casting a long shadow over prospects for normalization. He laments Israel's obstruction of Syria's efforts to stabilize amid sectarian violence, especially after the fall of Bashar al-Assad's regime, which was a key ally of Iran and Hezbollah. Al-Shibani emphasizes Syria's peaceful intentions, asserting that the country poses no threat to its neighbors, including Israel, yet Israel's aggressive actions, strikes targeting military sites and ground troop deployments, have only deepened mistrust. The minister highlights the chaos wrought by sectarian clashes, including attacks on the Alawite community and Druze militias, which Israel has purportedly supported, complicating Syria's internal conflicts and making diplomatic progress arduous. He also notes the U.S. easing sanctions, which the Syrian people support, and calls for the complete lifting of sanctions at the UN, framing Syria's recent political moves as a reclaiming of dignity amid ongoing turmoil. Meanwhile, South China Morning Post reports on China's revolutionary strides in aerospace manufacturing, comparing its new final assembly pull system to the lean practices of the automotive industry. This demand-driven approach, inspired by Toyota's production system, allows China to mass-produce rockets and satellites with unprecedented efficiency, quality, and flexibility. The traditional push model, based on forecasts and schedules, has often led to delays and waste, but China's shift to a modular, demand-responsive supply chain, managed by a central integrator, is transforming space vehicle production. Using advanced digital platforms, AI, robotics, and cloud computing, China is creating a highly responsive, interconnected ecosystem that can rapidly reconfigure workflows for different models, supporting the rapid growth of satellite constellations and lunar missions. While the US still leads in launch numbers, China's innovative manufacturing system positions it to dominate future space markets, fostering a more networked and scalable industry. Lastly, Yahoo US provides an update on Tropical Storm Imelda, which is expected to stay farther offshore, sparing Florida and the Bahamas from the worst impacts. Forecasters indicate that the storm, currently a tropical depression, will likely strengthen into a tropical storm and drift along Florida's coast, bringing rain and gusty winds primarily to the islands and eastern coast. The latest models suggest a slower, more offshore track, influenced by the powerful Hurricane Umberto, which reduces the threat of landfall in the Carolinas but raises concerns about heavy rainfall and flooding along coastal regions. Residents are advised to remain alert as the storm moves slowly, with the potential for significant rain and wind, especially in eastern Florida. The forecast underscores the unpredictable nature of Atlantic storms and highlights the importance of preparedness as the hurricane season continues to unfold. The Associated Press reports on the divisive reactions within the autism community following President Trump's recent remarks, which have ignited a spectrum of emotions from anger to hope. Many parents and autistic individuals feel hurt and blamed by Trump's unfounded claims linking Tylenol use during pregnancy to autism, echoing outdated and debunked theories that once blamed cold mothers for their children's autism. For many, Trump's comments reopen wounds and reinforce harmful stereotypes, while others see the increased attention as a chance to highlight the need for research and support. Autistic voices like Danny Bowman and Katie Thurman emphasize that autism is a fundamental part of identity and should not be seen as something to eradicate, with some expressing frustration at the ongoing blame placed on mothers and the misunderstanding of the spectrum's diversity. Yahoo News details the recent political landscape, highlighting how Democrats are showing resilience amid Republican chaos over budget disputes and government shutdown threats. Once hesitant, Democratic leaders like Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer now stand firm, insisting on bipartisan cooperation to prevent shutdowns and protect vital social programs like Medicaid and healthcare subsidies. The article underscores the GOP's internal divisions, with some factions pushing for aggressive, partisan tactics such as using pocket rescissions to cut already approved spending and threatening mass layoffs of federal workers. Democrats, recognizing the stakes for millions of Americans, are holding their ground despite the aggressive tactics of the Republican-controlled government, emphasizing that the fight is about defending essential services and the well-being of ordinary citizens. Yahoo's weather update provides a calm overview of tropical activity, noting Hurricane Umberto's rapid intensification into a Category 5 storm that remains far from the U.S. coast. Meanwhile, Tropical Depression 9 is expected to strengthen into Imelda, with minimal impact expected on Florida and Georgia, mainly rip currents, high waves, and minor weather disruptions. The report reassures that, aside from these localized effects, the tropics are relatively quiet, with no significant threats to land. The update highlights the importance of staying informed through weather alerts and emphasizes that while the tropics are active, the current risks remain manageable, offering a sense of reassurance amid ongoing storm developments. Yahoo US reports on the fierce political clash in California's 1st Congressional District, where longtime Republican Doug LaMalfa faces mounting opposition amid a contentious redistricting effort. LaMalfa, a staunch Trump supporter, was met with loud protests at a recent town hall in Chico, reflecting deep frustrations over national issues like immigration, healthcare cuts, and wildfires devastating rural communities. The upcoming vote on Proposition 50, which aims to redraw the state's voting map to create more Democratic seats, threatens LaMalfa's seat, igniting a fierce campaign among Democrats eager to challenge the district's conservative stronghold. The district's unique rural and agricultural character, combined with its history of wildfires and housing crises, underscores the regional divide. While LaMalfa champions conservative policies aligned with Trump, Democratic challenger Audrey Denny seeks to unite the diverse communities under a platform emphasizing representation and fairness. The controversy over redistricting highlights broader national tensions, with Democrats viewing the new map as a strategic move to counter Texas-style gerrymandering, while Republicans argue it undermines fair representation, casting the upcoming election as a pivotal battleground that could reshape the political landscape of Northern California. Meanwhile, The Guardian details the high-stakes showdown in Washington over the looming government shutdown, as Democrats and Republicans clash over funding and healthcare policies. With the government's funding set to expire, Democrats, led by House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, are standing firm against GOP demands for deep Medicaid cuts, foreign aid reductions, and austerity measures that threaten to strip healthcare from millions. The opposition has escalated tensions, with Republicans pushing for a clean, continuing resolution, which Democrats oppose, insisting on preserving healthcare subsidies and social programs. The political atmosphere is tense, with both sides preparing for a possible shutdown that could last weeks, risking widespread disruption and layoffs in federal agencies. Amidst this standoff, Democrats aim to energize their base by emphasizing the importance of healthcare and government integrity ahead of next year's midterm elections, viewing the confrontation as a critical moment to demonstrate their resolve and oppose the shifting Republican agenda under Trump's influence. As negotiations stall, the nation braces for a potentially historic shutdown, with Democratic strategists rallying voters around the fight to protect social programs and prevent further erosion of healthcare access. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
News breaks, buzz the ground. Stories spin, walls come down. Voices merge in the sound. Faces mix in the crowd. Broadcasters paint the scene. World events on our screen. Every link a different theme. Words collide in the stream. 6 degrees connect the dots. Background stories more than us. Hear the voices rise aloft. Truth unveils in every spot. Cultures clash across the globe. Spin the threads in a strobe. Every story wears a robe. Truth and lies in their code. Journalists dig real deep. Secrets out, they don't sleep. Every angle they will keep. In the news we take a leap. New perspectives day by day.